So, as a student of Hayes University, I experienced the barcode system. So, what can you tell us about the barcode system and how can this be a solution to sexual harassment in our tertiary institutions?
Well, the objective of the barcode system is to wrest the power of any lecturer from having the control of the destinies of students, and to also ensure the integrity of the certificates we give people. So we don't know lecturer, particularly in the fourth law faculty, can tell you knows exactly the question that will come out on that day, and that he has power. So he knows the paper he's marking. It's only when you've marked it, you've submitted, that you will know the scores of the students, and you cease to have control over them. So that's why we have more or less a zero event on this matter. Besides, lecturers in this university don't have offices that are sealed. You have reporting hours, consultation hours, 2 to 4, and we encourage students to come with their friends to see a lecturer. And I do encourage class reps. Please, is there any such thing? Let me know. I will start perambulating such lecturers' offices. Indeed, when I see any lecturer with a student once or twice, I have this attitude that the lecturer knows we don't accept it. Secondly, students, lecturers are not allowed to see students outside this environment. That's the law of this university. And there's nothing like a staff club that students can visit any lecturer here. And that is the position of our faculty at the university. Thank you.
You are the founder of the Tertiary Foundations. So can you briefly tell us your experience in your sexual education or while you were in university?
Yes, I did detail that in my short speech. Uni was an excellent university that you can claim outside, but the experience within is less than stellar. But let's go to things that we do outside of our experience in university, because a lot of us women in Nigeria, young and old, have been taught to be rolling stones. In that you carry this pain, but you don't even have the time to be victim for that long. So let's just go to solutions. With the Tertiary Foundation, what we're trying to do is to make sure that these conversations happen. I've been an opposition person for a long time, and it's very easy to Buhari is useless, to Lawan is useless. But at the end of the day, these are the people that are there. And what upsets me with the Nigerian system now is our conversations are not particularly intelligent or driven towards solutions. And we must call it out. We like to say that we're the smartest people. Nigerians are smart every day because of hustle culture. That's really not the case, and I'll call it here. That as Nigerians, we must bring the conversation back to solutions and back to spaces where we can find those solutions. And that is what we're trying to achieve with our discourse. Is that what is the Nigerian problem? What are the key issues now? How can we talk about these things? How can we lobby for solutions? And I would hope that whatever bad experience I've had with the Nigerian system has led us to this point, and I hope that we're having a turning point with how we approach things. So that at least if at this age, I can throw it out there. If at this age we're not focused more on how do we solve this, how do we work with those in power, how do we force their hand, how do we bring everyone to the table to ensure that this thing is properly dissected towards solutions. How does every stakeholder, media, everyone, all of you are here, how do we get this done? I don't think we'll make any headway. All we'll be having is outrage, and we all know how easily outrage dies. So I would like that to be my entry on that question. Thank you.
So it is paramount that we discuss about solutions.
It's not just discuss solutions, but ensure that after our discussions that we lobby and those solutions are enforced.
So what solutions can be gotten from the National Assembly towards sexual harassment?
Well, I'll think Mr. Daniel Wall, I don't know, were you a lecturer before? Because what you gave us here, you were a lecturer.
I lectured at the law school.
Yeah! I was like, this man is teaching. I don't think that he was very, in-depth on the solutions he gave from the National Assembly. And I think that that is encouraging. There's, the second panel, Bushra, is going to talk about their relationship, not that kind of relationship, but their relationship with Deputy Senate President. And this is not the campaign event, the elections are 3 years from now. But she said that Senator Omadike was the patron, I think, Bushra?
Yes.
The patron of Female Students Society. Is that what it's called? Yes, Nigerian Female Students Association. And I remember what stood out for me was she had said that he brought it up before, and he had brought them to come and watch this. And I like that, including stakeholders, people who may not think are important, young female students. But he brought them the last time to watch this proceeding, and it's time to drag ASU. And ASU turned up at that proceeding and asked that they would prefer for us to focus on other things than for sexual harassment of young girls in school, and that is appalling. But with respect to what they should do is, I will put the weight on us now. He has come and given us a complete breakdown of what the National Assembly, or what the bill contains and how they are going to go about it. It is the job, or the onus is on us to pay attention. Is to pay attention and follow this.
Students are collecting data, sex and age disaggregated data on this issue. So every university needs to report who's reporting sexual harassment, how many of it are you addressed, in what way were they addressed, and they need to submit it on an annual basis, and that should be documented, and they should publicly print it, especially for universities in which my taxes cover. I know, yes, but they need to. And private too should do it. So for me, those are key things, because right now, this is an issue, it's an open secret. It happens. And not, like, you're making it seem like it's a few bad eggs. It's not a few bad eggs. We have an enabling environment for violence. And sexual harassment is part of it. So it is now time to step in beyond just the bill that we're going to pass. I think it is now time to put in serious structures that will hold universities accountable. Thank you. Please, what is the burden of journalism in Nigeria towards sexual harassment? And do you think the media has done enough? What's the burden of journalism towards sexual harassment? And do you think the media has done enough? They're trying to silence the media.
They're trying to silence the media. They're trying to silence the media. Thank you. My name is Tomo Kiwai Shonaya. The Shonaya is very important. By the way, I need to quickly mention that we're taking this live on radio. Please do not let us lose our license. Let's be careful about the languages we're using. This has been taken live on Women Radio. For those of us who are not in Lagos and Ogun State, you can live streaming at www.wfm917.com. So please, let's be very mindful about the language. What is the burden on the media? Let me start by acknowledging the BBC. Thank you very much for coming to Nigeria to do this. We're very grateful. We are indeed very grateful for what you have done, the professionalism, the content, the risk analysis. We're very grateful. BBC is British Broadcasting Corporation, owned by the British government, funded by taxpayers. Actually, I'm one of the taxpayers. So for me, the burden to media, I'm going to throw it to the government. The federal government needs to invest in our BBC, the Nigerian Television Authority, and the FRCN. If the government can take this seriously, we're happy that the Deputy Senate President is doing his bit, but let us also acknowledge that we have a media that is operating in a stifling environment, a media that is not operating in a conducive environment. And it's very, very important that we invest in our media. It's important that we invest in our journalists. It's important that we invest in everything that will benefit Nigeria. The role of the media is to inform Nigerians about this bill. One of our roles is to inform Nigerians, is to break it down. And it's important that the media is financed. If the government feels NTA is not capable of doing this because of bureaucracy, please let them provide an enabling environment for private media and for private journalists so that we can do what we have to do. Two things are important to me. We need to create a safe space. We need to create a safe space in all institutions, from secondary school to the university, because when you leave the university, you're going to start looking for jobs. Sex is also an issue in that area. You want to be slept with before you can get a job. When you get the job, I understand it's rampant in the places of work. In church, we know what is happening in church. We know what is happening in the mosque. So it's everywhere. It's a menace. It's cancer that is eating deep into our system. So we need to create an enabling environment, a safe space for victims and survivors to be able to talk. Ma'am, thank you very much for what you're doing in this university, but we still need to say that if you feel you are being harassed one way or the other, because it's often good for us to say we have created an enabling environment, with the offices are well lit and they're not covered. A predator, a perpetrator, they're very smart. So you can still have two people sitting with the perpetrator and he knows what he's going to do. So creating a safe space, enabling environment for victims to be able to speak and speak loudly. That is very important. The other thing is prosecution. I understand that Lagos State, because this happens in Lagos State, I understand that Lagos State have a very robust legal system. And it says where there's sexual harassment, it's 3 years imprisonment. And where you penetrate and there's rape, it's life imprisonment. We have seen the case of Mr. Boniface. We understand that he wants to commit suicide. If he's listening to this and his family are listening, please do not commit suicide, because you need to live to see the consequences of your action. So we need to have the message to him. You should not commit suicide. It's important that we prosecute. It's important that we have these bills. It's important that we have these laws. But most importantly, we need to implement these laws. Inti already spoke about the problems we have in Nigeria. It's hard for us to implement laws, but it's our duty as a media, wherever we find ourselves, to keep telling people, please speak. And when you speak, let's keep pushing. We're hoping that Lagos State will do something about this, because there's evidence there. I think what the lawyers want is evidence, isn't it? There's evidence there. Whether it's under duress, whether it's private, obviously they have to do private investigation. If there's no private investigation, how would we be able to see what is happening in Unilag and across all our institutions? So let's create a safe space for everybody to talk. Let's ensure that when you're found guilty, you have to face the consequences of your action. Thank you.
Okay, real quick, before we move on, I think they will not be able to confirm yet that he is trying to...
it's an allegation.
It's an allegation,
yes.
Yeah.
So we're just begging him not to.
We're just, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, let's be very to you here. There are students who enter into tertiary institutions at 14, 15, 16, and most of these students are naive. And there are situations where the person or the girl's parents would hand the child over to the lecturer, or will take care of my child, make sure she does this, report to me if she misbehaves, and all of that. And then secondly, this law might be implemented, but then on the other hand, some certain people might not even know about this law. So how can there be like enlightenment programs to make sure that even students from the secondary school already know that, okay, these are laws and this is the consequences of this act. So when they enter into the tertiary institutions, they really know that, okay, this is what is happening and this is how I can act.
Thank you very much. Before I answer that, I just really quickly wanted to say something. This is my boss. I know we like to say thank you to you. Thank you so much to BBC. They came from outside, but they utilize people that actually are Nigerians. And I worked at Women Radio for 2 years. I worked at Women Radio, so I've been working there for a long time. And I wanted to add to what's the burden of the press. I think we have unfair reporting in Nigeria. I say this because I hear it a lot from my boss. You know, you are committed a crime if you are very unfair with the way you report and the way you report sexual harassment. Very unfair to the victim. And a lot of us journalists, we're guilty of this. We're very unfair in the way that we report all these cases. We focus on the victim. Some people go as far as investigating the victim, trying to uncover information and putting her out there on blast. I don't think if you have a skill as an investigative journalist, your skill should be directed towards uncovering the face of the victim. Should be directed towards uncovering the face of the perpetrator. So yes, thank you. To answer this, it's very important that we sensitize our girls.
Silencing the media.
A lot of women you would speak to, where did you go when you were being targeted? They don't even know where to go. Because what they hear rumors that, oh, nothing is going to happen. They don't know that there is an open office. I mean, this is probably one in 100 universities that have an easy access office. You know, some offices are just there on blast. They see a young girl walking into, everybody knows she's going to report sexual harassment. Who would want that from them? So we have a role. It goes down to the smallest unit of society, the family. The family has a role to play in making sure that we educate our girls before you go out there. This is your right. We're talking about your right. This is what you are supposed to do, and this is what you have a right to do. We're not begging you like, oh please, you have this other option, or it's not it's a right. I think we need to drum it into the ears of our young women, because we always try to make women see themselves, see themselves as small. They feel timid, like going to utilize your own rights, going to utilize your own rights, you feel very timid. So we need to draw it into the ears of our young girls from the home, from the schools, the teachers, the lecturers, the media. Everyone needs to sensitize the public on what you need to do when it's time to report. And the government as well. The government have all these things in their plans where you go out to advertise. I mean, if you can advertise on both of you should also be able to advertise on do not sexually harass your students in school.
Thank you.
I want to steal a little time for Dr. Kathleen. Okay, so we have Dr. Kathleen here, and my aunt from childhood, Professor Sylvester, Professor Vicky Sylvester, who has been a gender advocate and also a professor of English and African literature. So maybe in her own panel and here, when I was growing up, we had something called National Association of Women in Academics, NAWACS. And I've been asking what has happened to NAWACS, because this is where women are actually supposed to come together within that system and discuss these things, discuss issues pertaining women, pertaining young girls, and all of this. And I don't know what has happened to NAWACS, but I also want answers about what women are doing. Because we're hearing isolated incidents actually, like in Unijobs, where female lecturers are pushing students out of the class. And this is your short sleeve, this is why this is happening to the men. You have entered this class like this. And we need to know, what is going to happen going forward. We need NAWACS to come back. What steps are you people going to take as women lecturers of putting this burden of light to your actions?
Personally, hello?
Yeah. It's working.
For us, we are not going to advocate from our responsibilities in the university. I believe that this university and the faculties will take absolute control of this situation and give it the importance and the attention it deserves. For instance, the dean of the faculty has power, which is what we are doing now, to look at profile every result of every student. Now, if you're having A, another course you're making a B or C, we need to see how you make that A or C. That A. I will go for the paper, which is exactly what I'm doing now, analyzing the results of every student. Also, every examination has a marking scheme deposited with the dean. So however you do it, and you score an A, and we look at you and watch you, where you're likely to have a question to answer. So faculties must be the first port of call for ensuring that the results we give are authenticated. Secondly, families, lecturers can take this responsibility. This thing don't happen outside the law. You see a student with a sometimes I don't call my brother to pull the car. I go outside and sit and stand under the tree before he pulls, so I'm watching what is happening. And I'm seeing lecturers being very close to students, just friendship with fellow men. And that puts me on my caution, you know, that I'll be watching these results. And foreign associations, NGOs are important on this very endemic problem. It's a scandal, it's a national shame. It's a national scandal that demands immediate attention. Women alone, NGOs alone cannot handle matters. Here it should be on the front banner of every principal officer's meeting or Senate meeting. Then we have to create a box, not only a suggestion box, protecting whistleblowers. Already in this university, if such a thing happens, I can assure you they'll come over to the dean to tell the dean that I'm on that way. And of course you can be sure that we do. Before, when this university was set up, we had only 5, 6 young women. Some, their husbands refused to allow them and even threatened and even divorced one of them for coming to read law. We didn't know that the threat we had was in-house. Nevertheless, we are actually prepared to deal with sexual harassment. It will not take us long to ship such a character to the law enforcement agencies. I can assure you, we will wait for NGOs to do that. We form a faculty squad to ensure preemptive before it happens. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's very important that we don't put pressure on women and girls. Because I hear, why did you dress this way? Why did you do that? The lecturer is an adult, and the lecturer is a teacher. If a student walks into your office with her private parts outside, please walk her out of your room. Walk her out of your office, send her back home. So the pressure should not be on the girls or on women on how they are dressed. It should be on the perpetrator. Please let us condemn the crime. Let us condemn the perpetrator, not the victim or the survivor. He mentioned how the media also vilify women. I'm going to quickly talk about Fatoibo, the allegation of Fatoibo here, because sexual harassment and abuse is right everywhere. And I'm choosing my words, I said allegation of Fatoibo. With Women Radio, we make it a point of duty not to put the face of Busola on all our flyers. We have to condemn the perpetrator. So when a man does something, or a woman does something, let us focus on the perpetrator. Let us focus on the person, not the victim, because you're vilifying her through 2 times, 3 times, and many times. Once again, I just want to, in as much as I've appreciated the BBC for what they're doing, it's important to let our government know, because I saw a lot of government officials acknowledging the BBC. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of ourselves that we're not acknowledging this are Nigerian journalists. So it's shame on us. If the BBC has to come and bail us, is it colonization again the second time? We should be ashamed of ourselves, and let us acknowledge what we're doing. There are brilliant journalists in Nigeria. The media is good in Nigeria. Invest in the Nigerian media. Thank you.
Sorry, so I have to run to the airport. I literally just came for this. But one thing I just want to mention is please to realize that this only doesn't happen in universities. It happens in polytechnics, it happens in colleges of education, school of nursing, secondary schools. And I think it's important that we shouldn't just limit it to tertiary institutions or just universities. We need to expand the conversation to include the other schools because it's happening. And I think because of the way we're framing the issue, we can restrict it to universities and not only to teaching staff, but also to non-teaching staff, which I think is very, very critical that we do that. And I think it is also important to acknowledge the way we talk about gender-based violence in Nigeria. And a lot of it is not just blaming girls, but also making it seem like it is normal. And I'm going to repeat that I think it is important for us to start saying it is not normal and to change that. Thank you.
All right, I'll put our hands together for them. We're going to have the skills application, like the card. And before we bring in our second panel, I'm going to open the floor for just 2 questions because they've exceeded the time. We're going to take 2 questions and then we're going to move on to the next panel of minds that are really, really heavy with things like this and people that are at the forefront of the solution. So, 1 and 2, okay. I'll bring the mic to you.
Thank you very much. I want to, as I'm standing here as a lecturer in one of the higher institutions in the village, far north, and also a civil society activist in it's part of Nigeria. And currently I'm an educational administrator. I want to start by commending the organizers of this program. I'm just passing by in Abuja. When I come across it, I got in touch and I was given an invitation. I think it's a kudos to the organizers, especially this discourse is all over Nigeria now. Yeah, the discussion is ongoing. Having said that, I am an unapologetic feminist. I represent the Nigerian civil society at the call for action on gender-based violence in Nigeria. And one thing I come to understand is, if we really want to change things, we really need to be part of the conversation that is going, especially involving the men. When this panelist is being invited, I'm expecting to see, even for a picture's sake, a man seated in this, because we call them the perpetrators. You can't have a discussion in the absence of the men. So I think next time it's important for you, even for the sake of identify we have them on that aspect. There are issues from the in the course of the work that we are trying to do that we think if we really want to address this issue of sex for gender, we have to start by let me be selfish. I'm from the Northeast. I know what is happening, and that is when I move around the world to talk about what is happening. And I would love to see us having a discussion long before this on sex for food. You have to talk of sex for food before you come in to talk of sex for grade. It's not a belated discussion, but it is happening. It is happening. We have over 7 million internet displaced people, and it is happening in camp. And as a civil society, anytime we talk, people amplify the situation, especially in international media, as you observe. But locally here, I think we really need your support to take this issue to further conversation. Absence of effective and efficient feedback mechanism, complaint and feedback mechanism in our higher institution is one of the reasons that we're having this. So I think I would urge as a good solution for us to have an efficient and effective space and complaint and then feedback mechanism in our higher institution. As this conversation stated, if I am elected for instance again, I cannot be able to go on openly and talk to people. But if at all I have a safe space where I can be able to lay my complaint and then the complaint address, I think we can get justice to that. Finally, I commend you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm Rachel from the News Agency of Nigeria. I'm surprised my senior colleague did not mention the News Agency of Nigeria. I watched the state media executive and NTA, any other. Thank you so very much. Now, in the news agencies of Nigeria, we have like 75% of the people that are female. So we are doing so much when it comes to this. Now, let's not forget, which was talking about the media. We still have journalists too. Journalists too get harassed.
Yes.
When they try to cover this. So let's put everything in front and discuss it. So that we can acknowledge that the media are doing so well too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank you so much for your questions. Yes, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. Yes, women in the media experience various forms of sexual harassment. If we begin to talk about all the spaces where women experience sexual harassment, we won't be here today. We won't be here today. From the very beginning, from the home, like right where she's born, to where she goes to school, where she goes to work, where she goes to worship, there is no safe space for the woman. So yes, I wish, I'm happy that the conversation has started, and we should all replicate this conversation in our own spaces. Take it away, it doesn't have to be here. It doesn't have to be doors that starts the conversation. It doesn't have to be giving wording. Let's take the conversation to where we go. In terms of including men in the conversation, it's very important that we include men in the conversation. You are here. You are part of the conversation. It doesn't have to be up here. You know, and because we are trying to create a safe space for women. Women are the priority on this chair. Because if we start to ask all the women that are seated here now, how many of you have been sexually harassed? Or where they have been? We'll start to, we will end in tears. So I acknowledge that women are a very important part of the conversation, and as a matter of fact, I enjoy you to all, like when you go back to keep speaking to the men. Tell them that you came here and you heard women talk, and this is what they had to say. And we should be ashamed of ourselves if we do not take a stand against sex for grace, sex for food, as you said, sex for anything, sex for jobs. It's a very important conversation. We will not knock down any conversation. No one is more important than the other. And this is not the first time we've spoken about, we've spoken about, sexual harassment in IDP camp. There's no form of sexual harassment we've not spoken about. So all of them are equally as important, and we'll have that conversation anyway. And before I hand the mic over to my colleagues to keep talking, I've listened to all the amazing ideas and solutions. They're all amazing. I had 4 points in my head when I was coming here, and literally they have been spoken about. We look at how much, if you watch the film, you know how much power one lecturer had over his students. And I can see that examples have been made out of this university of how you can share that power over that student. So the lecturer doesn't have power over your grades as a student, it reduces how much you can be victimized. There are systems that work in different places in the world where anonymity is applied to your grades. You don't even know the sex of the person you're marking. You don't even know the name, and you don't know the gender, you don't know anything about them. It helps to reduce the amount of victimization a student can face from one lecturer. We also look at stricter punishments. We've been talking about new bills. We've been talking about new bills. When we implement these bills, we need a lecturer to think that, okay, I'm about to inappropriately grope this woman. If I'm caught, it means that I could get 10 years in jail. And he has to think twice about what he's about to do. Alright, so it's very important that we have stricter laws. It's also very important that we look out for the person that is reporting. It's very important because we say if you fail to prove, you're going to be suspended. We're victimizing the woman again. How do you prove sexual harassment, for Christ's sake? It's very hard to prove. So we need to make sure that in making these laws, we don't also victimize the person that is coming out to report. So important. And it's also very important, like my colleagues have said, it's also very important that at the national level, the presidency hold these schools accountable. That yes, you've implemented the sexual harassment policy, how well was it implemented? Or you didn't implement it very well, then you will be held accountable. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Can we
Please say, can I just say that Nigeria is launching the National Sexual Offenders Register. Yes, the Sexual Offenders Register is going to be launched in November. It's important that we embrace that. It's important that we name and shame the perpetrators. It's important that we get men involved. And most importantly, we'd like to thank every media that is here, the National NTA, NAN, FRCN, AIT, BBC, Women Radio, every media, we're very grateful. And we have a job at hand. Please, let's keep talking about it. Let's put the sex for grades on the front burner of all our reportage. Let's keep talking about it. Thank you.
Now we put our eyes together for them. We got to them. Thank you very, very much.